Good evening, one and all, and welcome to Taz Gamer Live, our post-game talk and NBA 2K My Career playthrough. This is big, ladies and gentlemen. The Lakers moving on for the first time in 10 years. 10 years! Let me run this down a little bit, all right? So this is going to be LeBron's 10th finals in 11 years. This is going to be AD's first finals. This is going to be Dwight Howard's first finals as a Laker. And Rajon Rondo's first finals as a Laker. And in 10 years. Welcome to the post-game coverage, to the post-game show, guys. Let me tell you, that was a pretty good game. That was a great game, in my opinion, and great in terms of you're going against a team that's come back from 2-3-1 deficits, but at the same time you got experience. The Lakers in the first, and so far in these playoffs, they have made it through 3-1. So they've been amazing at that. They were amazing. Oh, what happened? Did it crash out? All right, it crashed out. Hold on. That was weird. Yeah. So during our fourth quarter live stream, fam, that was a lot of fun because they had it tied at one point, and then the Lakers were able to get a run. They crept back, but then the Lakers were able to answer back every single one so far. So that was a stellar game on both ends. And hats off to the Denver Nuggets in finding out that they got 3 stars on their hands: Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray, with solid bench players in Paul Millsap being their veteran presence, and Gary Harris, and Monte Morris. So the future is bright for Denver. They just couldn't be able to. They weren't able to convert. And in my opinion, here's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of the Lakers Thunder back in 2010.
It's 3-on-3.
You had 3 players on that team that, and eventually, when they left the team, they won their own they won MVP. So you theoretically would have had 3 MVPs on one team. And I think in the future, Denver is going to be very, very hard. They're going to be very, very difficult. Oh, look who we're playing! Look who we're playing! Thanks, 2K. You can't write this stuff. You really can't. Today's matchup against the Denver Nuggets. Let's beat their ass. Dwight, you played well. I'm gonna try and give you the first point of the game. That's where it's at, fam. That's where it's at.
All the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. Well, we're gonna.
Give me a moment. I am going to take this time to promote this live stream. Exciting stuff, and I'm very, very happy about this. Direct. No, we're gonna tweet it. And you know what? Let me tell you, Alex Caruso did an amazing job in this game. He started out strong. I think he scored 6 of the first 10 points. He was amazing. And I want to reference the stats again on that. So. All right. Hopefully, we're gonna get some more people. I don't have anything that shows me.
This is his first free throw of the game. This season, 88% on the line,
Okay.
so he has been in a comfort zone.
So right now the question to ask. So let's take a look at the last 10 years since the Lakers made it to the finals. So 2010 happened. Then 2010 happened, and then 2011. That was when LeBron made it to the finals, but lost to Dallas. And that started the 2010s with LeBron in almost every single finals, with the exception of 2019.
Yeah, for that loss,
and
you can credit their defense or
the Lakers in that time, they slowly regressed. You had an aging Pau Gasol. So he stayed on for a few more years. I don't remember when he last played. He last played after 2 seasons after the Dwight Howard season. That season was 2012-2013. So I think he played for 1 or 2 more seasons. So that was the beginning of the decline when Kobe tore his Achilles in 2013. We made it to the playoffs, but we didn't make it to the finals. Dwight couldn't carry him, or Dwight couldn't carry the Lakers because of the constant back injuries that he had suffered that season. In that roster, you had Dwight Howard, Kobe, and then the following season, LeBron leaves. He decides not to resign, and the Lakers just hit slump after slump, causing draft pick after draft pick. So after Dwight, that was when things started to go bad. I think that first season after that was Kobe's Achilles recovery. And on that roster, you had Steve Blake, Xavier Henry, Jordan Hill, Ramon Sessions, all those players. And then you have the short-lived era of the Lakers' young players. You had Jordan Clarkson from 2013-2014. Julius Randle, who in his first game he broke his tibia, so he completely missed his first season. You had D'Angelo Russell, Luol Deng, Brandon Bass. You had all those players. Jeremy Lin, who famously pushed Kobe away, and I think that was the season opener. You had Nick Young and all that. And 2014, surprisingly, that was the season where the Lakers had the best bench. They had Lou Williams. Can you believe that? The Lakers had Lou Williams. And look at where he's at now. He's on a Clippers team that couldn't make it past the second round.
It's a 5-point game.
And then that was once we drafted Lonzo Ball, surprisingly, I think that was when things changed, because then the Lakers had a solid young roster with Lonzo Ball. They have D'Angelo Russell? I don't think so. Brandon Ingram, though. Brandon Ingram. He had Brandon Ingram, Larry Nance Jr., Josh Hart, and that was that short-lived era. We actually could have made it. In my opinion, I think we could have made it to the playoffs on that roster. It's just that I don't think we were patient enough. We knew LeBron was coming off that contract, and that was what happened. So that's great. All right, so we're gonna go back into the game. Did I miss? 117-107 is the final. Davis, 27, 5-3 with 2 steals. LeBron, 38, 16 rebounds, 10 assists. He did amazingly
And
well.
that'll be 2 free throws
But,
coming up.
let's
Officials
not
on the
forget,
call with the foul.
who's that third starter on there?
Well, we know
Dwight
Nikola
Howard,
Jokic is
9 and
such a
9.
unique talent at that center position.
That man,
Young player already top 10
I'd
in
say
career
he
deployment.
finally made up.
How about
He
the
made
most
up
triple-doubles
to
ever
all
by
of
a
us.
foreign player?
To
You
the
think of
people,
great skilled
to the
European
Laker
big
fans
men.
specifically, who
Jokic,
dumped his
arguably the
jersey
most skilled
after
of
he
them
left
all.
that summer. It's
Greg,
like,
how hard
hey,
is it to maintain
we
focus
almost
this
made
time
it.
of year when
Stick
you
with
know
us.
you're on a
And he moved. He went to
championship
Houston.
contending team?
I think right now, if the Lakers win, this is going to be huge on Dwight Howard, because this is his redemption arc. He wins this, I think the Lakers are going to forgive him. They'll sign him for another season. But, his veteran presence has totally been made. Now, here's the thing. Here's a question that I've recently started asking myself. How much would this team be different? Like, how different would all of this be if DeMarcus Cousins was healthy, was on the team, was playing?
10 points for him.
Would Dwight Howard be obsolete? Would Dwight Howard be out of the league, retired? Things like that live in my mind rent free, as they say. But that's a really, really good question to think about. What would happen if instead of Dwight Howard they went with DeMarcus Cousins, assuming he was healthy? Would DeMarcus cause any trouble? Would he be any drama? I know he played really, really well with AD and Rondo during his one season in New Orleans. But that's an important question to think about. Because I personally think he was ready for the NBA playoffs after, in the bubble. But, it would be better safe than sorry than to re-injure that ACL.
But when he's hitting from range on a consistent basis,
so,
everything easier.
Yeah, it's been a very rough 10 years for the Lakers as they started to go downhill. We lost Andrew Bynum. We lost Dwight was on the team. Prime Dwight, I'll say. And, he made an impact on that team, but he didn't stay. Steve Nash. Steve Nash. This was the decade that we all. This was the decade that a lot of us Laker fans, we started thinking about the smaller player, the underdog. So, in my opinion, a lot of my fan favorite went from. Is Sasha Vujacic, if you remember him. Vujacic, I think he lasted until 2012, and I think we dealt him to the Nets, and that was it. I think he did see a 10-day contract to the Clippers, which I don't know how that went, because it's the Clippers. Yeah, we had Sasha Vujacic, and then Vujacic left. So I think we had Steve Blake, but for me, my fan favorite was Andrew Godlock. Godlock was that runner, floater kind of guy. But I feel like he still played in an era that was too early for his game. Because his game is a lot more. His game is basically a lot of free, long distance shots. And I remember seeing some highlights in college from his time in Charleston that he would pull up from way behind, almost the hash mark in college ball. So that was that in 2011, 2012. He played briefly, I think, during the Dwight Howard years, but then he was D-League champion, so the Lakers signed him to the rest of the season because of all the injuries. Oh, we all remember 2013, 2014. Chris Kaman lying down on the bench. That was that low that the Lakers had, man. That was the low, in my point, that was the lowest of low. You've dug yourself in a trench and you're trying to get out. We went from Chris Kaman lying down on the bench, Robert Sacre We went from that era
Triple of the game.
to the LeBron era,
Denver's gone 2 or 3 from
like
deep so far in this
5-6 years later.
game. Malone
The
outside.
post-Kobe era was devastating, and all capped off with, you know, I think, though, like, you know, in the end, this is what's important, that we're
And he
playing
gets the
for
whistle.
Kobe.
2 free throws coming up.
And the Lakers players are constantly quoting Kobe. When they do their team chant, they go, you know, Mamba on 3.
There's no doubt
All
about
of
it.
this
Listen,
is for
Cole
Kobe.
can have
And if
the
they
kind
win
of
this
impact that some of
championship,
these
my
guys are,
goodness.
but
The first one
I
in
think they got 2 terrific ones.
post-Kobe,
Ja Morant has
my goodness.
superstar written all over him. Brandon
And they're
Clark
doing it at
probably
the happiest
surprised
place
some
on
people
earth.
with his ability to have an impact. And
No, I'm sorry.
If you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is
The
one to
most
watch.
magical
This is a
place?
guy
I don't
with
remember
great
what
size
the
and
official
length.
mantra
He
for
was
Walt
a
Disney World
perimeter
is.
player
But they're doing
until
it
he had a
there.
growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism,
You know, here's the
and
thing.
skill,
What I
with the
really
way
want
the
them to
court is
do,
spaced, man, can have a tremendous
I want
impact in
them
this game.
to imagine if they made the Larry O'Brien trophy, but instead of the basketball, it's the Epcot ball.
High post shot. He can't get that one to fall. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
Danny Green, Mr.
Here's Big
I mean, he
Cat.
did go 2 for
And
4,
again, Los
right?
Angeles with the triple.
From behind the arc,
Yeah,
he went
they
2 for
built
4.
up this lead 3 points at a time.
Yeah,
they
2 for
certainly
4,
found
50%.
something along the
I'll
perimeter. Just
accept
an
that.
onslaught of
3 for 7, though. No.
And Malone
He made a
with the
couple of
stuff.
blocks, so he was
It really
you know,
does make
pretty
the
good on the
game
defensive
easy
end,
for
man.
your teammates when
Appreciate
you
that.
can lead them to the rim
KCP,
that well with the
KCP
pass.
though,
Got
he
that
only
one
shot
up
2
quick.
shots.
Big
26
Cat's
minutes
got
and shot 2
39.
shots. That's
And
it.
with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best
How we
scores.
doing?
I mean,
55-26.
it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Morris with the bucket.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
To the paint. Here's McGee. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Now, here's another thing that
McGee's
could have
got
made
6
this
points.
series
Well, that's where McGee
interesting.
makes his living.
What would happen
On the
if
interior, it makes them
Denver
a much more
had-
effective offense when he's able to
if Denver
contribute
had
in the painted
Will
area.
Barton?
Now,
What if the
here's
Lakers
Grant.
had Avery
No
Bradley?
points in the game yet for
You know,
him.
how different
And
would the series be? Would those presences would they matter? Would they affect the game at all?
And Morris throws it down.
And in my opinion, I'd
And
say
the
yes.
definition of teamwork
But,
right
you
there
know.
on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the
I thought you guys were the
Bring it
comeback
down
kids,
to
huh?
the Thunder.
Try coming back to
Grant
60-28.
outside.
I still can't believe like how
It's stolen
fitting
by Morris.
it is that
And it's the
we
Lakers
play
on
the
break.
Denver Nuggets on 2K after the
McGee
Lakers
trying
beat
to
them.
break free. His
And
shot
really,
is
they
good,
should have
making
been
a
wearing
perfect
these
2 for 2
jerseys.
from the floor.
The
They should have been
dribbling
wearing
was
the
Caldwell
Black
Pope,
Mamba
just
jerseys.
utterly hypnotizing
Though-
to watch.
Morris passes to Grant.
I don't like that 2K didn't add the
Back to Morris.
Gianna patch.
It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And guys, they continue to
Yeah.
put a lot of pressure on the
COVID
interior
didn't stop them
defenders
from
with their work down
making
low.
it to the NBA
8-second difference
Finals.
between
And a
the
lot of
shot
people
clock
were
and the
like,
game clock.
hey, it's
Big
going to
Cat,
be the
pass to
Clippers,
McGee,
you know.
And the basket is good.
The other team in
And the
LA
chemistry has been
got more
terrific.
attention
Really
than this team.
impressed
They
with their offensive
they
execution.
really wrote this Lakers team down. And, you know, in the start of the
Murray
bubble,
against Caldwell Pope.
the Lakers were extremely cold. I think they only won like 3 games. But for them to
Murray
rebound
outside.
like this is impressive.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Kuz.
That one on Caldwell Pope.
And Murray is
All right,
so
Kuz, too.
skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting to the
8
charity
points,
stripe.
not
The
bad,
Nuggets
not
shooting
bad.
their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
So the Lakers, so the finals are going to start on the 30th, which means that is one day. That's expected to be one day after
Porter against LeBron.
Game 6.
Harris
If
passes
Game
to
7
Murray.
happens,
Denver
it would
passing
either be
around.
Tuesday or Wednesday, and the finals would have to be.
Jokic with
I don't
it.
know, like
He's
they
got
haven't been
7.
announcing a date,
On
but
the
it looks
wing,
like they've
Porter.
been anticipating it.
Just 5 to shoot.
It's like it's comparable to the
Here's Harris.
Velocicoaster in
That
Universal
one
Orlando,
rolling around and rims
where
They have been bored.
it's a roller
dominant
coaster,
in this
they're building
game. It's
it,
definitely been a
and it's not
factor
announced, and
in
they
crafting
finally
this
announced
huge
a
lead.
date
And after
of summer
establishing himself,
2021.
and another one
So it's like that.
falls.
There's
Amazing.
already ads going
And
out
now
on
he is
ABC,
tied for the
ESPN,
second
and I think we're going to
most
see a ton of that on
40-point
this week's
games
Monday
in
Night
an NBA
Football.
season.
But
What a year.
Wow, he has brought it every night, and nobody seems to have the answer for him.
And he's tied, Wilt, with 52 games of 40 points
Exciting
or more. Just
stuff in
saying
Lakers
that out
Nation,
loud,
you know.
I still don't believe it's been
living off
matched,
of that
but
euphoria
that's
right
the
now.
kind of year
This
he's had.
is the
Okay,
good
well, let's
news that
check
we
in with
needed in
David Aldridge, who's
2020.
reporting from
We've
the
had a
South.
horrible week
Thanks,
of
Kevin.
announcements.
Big Cat in the last game
The
against
Breonna
the
Taylor
Suns was
injustice
superb.
and
He scored
Yes,
an
new support,
amazing number of
Supreme Court
points,
justice.
and that was just
I'm
the
not going to
start
go
of
into
it.
any of those,
He wound
but
up with a triple-double
you know,
in
some
what was
good
quite
news
a
finally.
display for him.
It's about damn
When
time
you
we
look at
did.
the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing.
This is
Hard
already
imagine
going to make
he
my
can follow
week.
it up tonight
If
with that same
like
level
what
of
next? We're
production.
going to get.
Kevin,
Are
we'll
we going to
see.
finally get
Yeah,
an
David,
announcement in
stretches, he was
Disneyland?
absolutely dominant.
I'd
Greg,
love to
you'd
go
love
back
to
to the
match that
happiest place on
performance
earth and
tonight.
try
Yeah,
to.
this team needs his contributions.
Get my
when he's
serotonin
right,
from
he
that
makes
again,
winning
but-
plays time and time again.
It's all about
One
getting
step
into
at a
comfort
time.
zone
One step at a
early.
time.
When he does that, he can be very difficult to contain the rest of the way.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Grant's checked in. A
You know, give me a
tremendous
moment. I will
mobile
tweet
one
this
block
out.
that we had to see again. Great send back.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air. And
Okay, we'll be right back. I will take a break for a second. Can somebody please Photoshop? Because I really want to see that. Can somebody please Photoshop the Epcot ball onto the Larry O'Brien trophy? And I hate that freaking autocorrect is basically automatic. But I really want to see that.
the right moment.
I actually might
Terrific
want
denial.
NBA ESPN to do that.
Jacks up a three. And again, that gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Here's Murray. Score the basket. It's number
So
6.
this is
for him
this is
game.
going to be
6
their
for 9,
32nd appearance to the
67%
NBA
shooting.
Finals.
I think Murray's toughness gives him an edge on drives. He just doesn't back down.
So timeout call
Are
here, the
they-
first for Los Angeles.
So if they win this
Greg,
finals,
how
they'll
special
be
was it
over
for you
500.
that you had your
Are they
number
already
50
over?
retired
I
at
don't know.
UNLV?
Right.
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, playing at the highest level.
By the way, so
That's
let's
something
take a
I
look at the
never really
final
fathomed
rebound
is,
count for
to have your jersey
AD.
hanging up
5
in the arena.
rebounds. Okay,
That
so
was
why am I saying she? He had only like 1 rebound the entire first half. So let's take a look at rebounds. How many you got? 4 rebounds.
a surreal
in the
moment,
second
a
quarter.
really cool moment, and it was awesome
That's
to
what
be able
we
to
should be
share it
expecting.
with my family and friends.
But no.
People probably
Three.
don't know that you grew up
That's
in
what
Las
we were
Vegas, so
expecting, but he didn't
it was
make any
probably
threes.
doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born
All right,
and
so
raised.
Spectrum, they're doing 2011 in the finals, yada yada yada. Yeah, 2019 was the only time he didn't make it to the finals. That is 10 for 11.
Here's Big Cat.
What a
He's
guy.
covered by Murray. The shot's good
What a
from Big
guy.
Cat.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Nuggets.
Yeah, imagine if it's last time I think the Lakers we had to wait.
Lakers
Or no,
shooting has
it
been out of
was
this world, 74%
already
from the
known
field. Here's
the
Davis.
Eastern
Whistle
Conference
blows.
champion.
Bucket is good, and
All we had to
he'll
do
have a
was
chance
find
at the
out
line
who
to
we were
make it a
playing.
three-point play.
Or no,
And that's what
who
you want to see.
or
They're
for
doing a good
the
job getting
East to
points
know
in the
what
paint
they
here
were
in the
playing.
second. And as he's aged
And
in
now
the
this time
league,
for the
Anthony
Lakers,
Davis's
it is going
offense
to be
has changed.
the
And
Lakers
now much
finding
more
out
of a
who they're going
face-up
to play.
player.
Well, and that's where
Job's
his
not
game's
finished.
been headed. His shot has
Earn that
improved. He can
paycheck,
step
bro.
out to the three, facing up and letting him use his
Yo,
burst.
imagine
To
if
maximize
Costas
what he can do.
Antetokounmpo wins
And
his
there have been
first
some to
ring.
compare Porter to Kevin Durant. It really a fluid
That's a
shooter
thought.
who also possesses amazing
Costas
athleticism.
Antetokounmpo,
And the
if
Lakers
he
in
wins a
possession.
ring ahead of Giannis, man.
Good
Imagine
enough from
that.
three. You can tell he is feeling it.
Because you
Kevin,
saw
he's on
that
fire.
Milwaukee's disappointing playoff run.
Murray outside.
Giannis, wins MVP and all
Pass to
this,
Jokic.
but
The
he's
shot
already out of the
misses. Davis
playoffs.
with some nice D. The Lakers
But
on offense.
Costas, of all people,
16 to
Costas
7
Antetokounmpo
James.
winning a
Again,
ring.
another assist.
That makes
What in the
15
world?
assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all
What a thought,
game
but
long.
it's extremely possible.
Harris outside.
The odds are high. So, let's see how the Lakers will play because they'll have to defend Tyler Hero if Miami moves on. But if Miami blows a 3-1
Here's
lead,
Big Cat.
side eye, what anything can happen in the bubble. We saw so many young teams
They've
flourish.
had no
We
answer
saw
for him in this one.
the fall of Giannis. Yeah, I'll say it. The fall of Giannis and the growth of teams like Denver. The fall of Giannis, the fall of the Clippers, the fall of, and the rise of Tyler Hero,
Feeling confident in
Bam
that
Adebayo,
three-point shot.
Murray finds
Jamal
Porter.
Murray, Jokic,
Murray outside.
the many 50-point games that we saw from Murray and
Harris outside.
between Murray and Mitchell.
And Jokic gets it to go.
All the Lakers get to do now, they get to, they get to spend some time in the parks. Like, rent out Galaxy's Edge
Wow.
and host the party there.
All over it.
Greg, he's been
Again, I really can't wait to see JaVale's vlog, if he's going to vlog at least, because he's got 4 days. But, job's not finished, as they say.
There's 37
I
seconds
really
left
can't
in
wait
the
to
first
see
half of
JaVale's vlog,
basketball. Basket counts.
if he
He's
decides to
been
post this.
fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Inside and finished off by Davis.
And when the brow gets up, get out of the way, unless you want to be on a post.
It's stolen.
So the matchup, if it's going to be
Here's
the
Big Cat. He's covered by
the
Murray.
Boston Celtics,
And
you
Davis
have
puts it in.
Kemba
They're
Walker.
taking it right into the teeth.
And I'll say
of the
this is
defense,
if
and it's a defense that's starting
the
to
Celtics-
It's the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing
I think
a
Quinn
tremendous
Cook,
game
I
here
think he's
from
a
Big Cat.
champion.
Well, with the double-double
So,
in hand through two
with
quarters,
NBA
you can
Finals
just
experience, you
imagine what
have
his stat line
J.R.
will look
Smith.
like at the end of this one.
Thank God they're
One
not
of those
playing him.
epic games, but
Uh,
we still have a long way to go.
Well, we've got about
In
1
terms
second
of
forward. Brought to you
LeBron
by
history, you
Gatorade
got
All-Food
Deion
Up for the
Waiters.
second half. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron
Rondo,
and Davis, the incredible
McGee.
forward pair. Big Cat out there with Green, and it's
This is a
Howard
legit
in at
team.
the center position.
Yeah, that's too good.
And the best part is, take these 4 days for AD to heal, for these injuries to be remedied,
And a little
because
block
you
that time
really
by the
don't.
drive.
And you know what? This would be a great time for Taylor Horton Tucker to win a championship.
Scorer, someone who feels comfortable
Now I know I'm
shooting from
speaking
just
ahead of
about any
myself, and I
spot
might not be
on the
right in
court.
any of these.
And got it.
So,
Another basket. He's been
it's the hard work that
absolutely
pays out in
ridiculous
the end.
game.
You get
That's
the
what the
sense
Lakers gotta do.
He just can't miss.
Take the time to study your opponent, have a little bit of fun,
Jokic high post, working on Howard.
to increase
And
that
one
teammate
good.
chemistry
Jokic just got 13
and
points.
dominate in
Rock
these
solid
finals.
start for them. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
And hopefully sometime during these finals we get to see something from the Mandalorian.
As good as
Because,
LeBron is at
ABC
moving the ball, he's not going to pass up the jump shot.
ABC is the home of the finals, which is Disney.
Harris passes to Murray.
So I would like to see some Mandalorian content because that's coming out
Outside for
just about a
Millsap.
month.
Pass to Jokic. 6 on the shot clock.
117.65. start the third
Harris
quarter.
inside, guarded by Green. Again, the Nuggets score.
They've been very sharp to start.
I think this is Frank Vogel's first finals too, and it's funny because when he was with Indiana, he couldn't make it with Paul George. No, he didn't.
He's tough to slow down.
So this is great for him. This is,
2 minutes in now.
I think I really hope Frank Vogel can take them to a win.
In the one-hand slam, just
So
looks
now
so
that the Lakers are in the
pretty,
finals,
but it's in
we
his
are
hands,
still
and
going
he's
to
the
do
one
our
doing the
fourth
slam.
quarter live
He is
reaction
smooth as
videos,
silk, even on a power
our
finish.
live reaction shows,
Nailed
and
from
our
three-point land.
NBA 2K21
And obviously his
post game for
momentum
those who
from the
can't make
last
it to the
game has
fourth
carried
quarter.
over here tonight.
Yeah, that's
For
why
the
he's
fourth
hot.
quarter
He's
show,
playing
so-
with a lot of confidence. That's why they're
That's going to
going
be
to him
every
with such
finals
consistency.
game. Once they release the final schedule, I'll make the announcement on Twitter when that's going to happen.
Back to Jokic.
So stay tuned.
Dishes it
Add me on
through.
Twitter
And it's sent
at
back by Howard.
TazVlogs
No trespassing.
on Twitter.
Howard
The
controlling
vlog
the defense.
is expected to return on the 9th. That might get pushed back. Most likely it will.
Here's Big Cat.
Just
And
depending
good.
on the
There's
schedule of the
another.
finals as well as
81
other
on
external
the
events.
night, channeling
This
his
is going to be a very
inner
interesting
Mamba
fall
right now.
season because
There's
I'm
no
expecting to do,
slowing this
like I've been
guy down.
willing
He is on
and
fire.
wanting to do, to talk about the new TV fall schedule, what's new on
Murray
TV. I know
outside.
I Can See Your Face,
The
or I
shot
Can See Your
no good.
Voice.
Good D by Howard.
Really popular in
And here we
Korea.
go. Fast break.
I've seen the
James has
Filipino
got
one,
it.
and
They double him
it's
with
pretty
Jokic.
damn funny.
Feeds it to Davis.
So I really want to do a video on that. So once we
For
start the
three.
vlogs again, I know I've started taping
Offensive
a couple of
rebound.
B-roll
He
footage
makes his
around
10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed
around
2
the area
shots from
just
the
to
floor.
get some intro
Well, there's no
footage
secret that Davis can
put
be a
in, but
dominant figure on the
right
offensive
now
glass.
we're
And
either
he
looking
turns
at the
those
9th or
rebounds
pushing it
into
back to
points.
its original time
Outside Porter.
of the 23rd.
Back to Murray.
Because I'm also expecting to have
Now the pass to
midterms
Porter.
sometime
And
then,
here's
so
Jokic. He's guarded by
I want to at
Howard.
least get rid of
To end
midterms
the run.
and
Jokic. no
focus
good.
on
They know they can't give him that
doing
shot.
all
The
this.
D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
And another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
What other interesting
There
things
is
can I
kicks
say
to
about
Jokic.
this Lakers
Murray
team? It's like,
outside.
this is amazing.
That's
They're
going to
all
be over
awesome.
and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when
And I
they're
will
playing
say,
from
like,
behind, that's the last thing you
You
want to
know,
do. It
for
make
the
matters
the
worse.
virtual
Malone
fans
checked
and the
in for
crowds
Denver.
today,
Morris comes in
they
for Gary Harris.
they must be really,
The
really
Lakers also
happy.
making some changes.
We were able
JaVale McGee's
to-
checked in for Davis, and it's Avery Bradley
We were
in
able
for Danny
to
Green.
catch it
They
at the
blow
end
whistle
of the
just as he
Lakers
gets it
Rocket
off.
series
That's 2 points
in the
with a
audience,
chance for another one at
and
the stripe. Los Angeles shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group. Only around 75%.
we're able to make it for Game 5 in the Lakers Rocket series. So for these folks to experience the team making it to the NBA Finals, that must be an amazing, amazing experience for them. And you know, if you're a Laker fan or whoever, or a fan of whoever makes it to the finals, I highly recommend that you try
another assist.
to do the Ultra Courtside experience. That was a fun time. You can do it through One Iota because that's how I did mine.
Here's Morris. And foul on the shot.
like, that was
He'll
gonna
shoot
foul on
2
me.
at the free throw line.
But I will.
Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
So
No doubt
who
about
else
it.
is it? Is it gonna be? I think it's
transcendent
Jared
talent
Dudley's
at the
first
top.
final.
You think of Zion and Ja.
AD's
both could
first
be
finals,
future
obviously.
league MVPs.
Avery
And
Bradley's
the irony
first
is that
final.
those two guys were teammates in high school.
I don't. Like it's
Go
just
figure is
unfair if the Lakers win the ring without Avery Bradley, but he's still gonna get it because he played with them in the regular season prior to the COVID shutdown.
And Morris
Is
drops
that
them
how it's
both.
gonna end?
The Lakers shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Here's Big Cat. Cranes the three-pointer.
It would be
Offensively,
KCP's first.
defensively, they
Kyle
are in
Kuzma's
total
first.
control.
Starting to
Feature
take
sixth man
over
of the
here,
year.
building a big lead that could
Caruso's first.
ultimately prove insurmountable.
Costas Antetokounmpo.
Inside. Morris with the bucket.
Jalen
I'd
Horton
like
Tucker.
to see the D with a little more energy out there. They kind of
And
forgot
if we're
about
talking
it.
two-way players,
Here's Los
Devontae
Angeles
Kaycock.
now. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game.
Could be his
and that's
first.
the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
I'm gonna send a tweet.
The shot's good from Big Cat.
Just imagine that
This game would have
thought,
a
like
different
Costas
look if it
Antetokounmpo
wasn't
winning
for
a
his
championship
shooting. I
ring
mean,
before
100% from the
Giannis.
field for him.
Malone against Morris.
Would have thought.
Malone dishes to Morris. It's good. Morris has got 6 in the quarter.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Here's Big Cat. Good, that's another bucket.
90, a legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. Free throw good for Morris. James checked in for the Lakers.
Just think about that. Costas Antetokounmpo winning a ring. Imagine if Dwight,
Both good from the line that time.
man, the redemption arc. This could
And so
very
it's
well
Morris
be
with
a
it. He'll
sports
bring it up
movie
for
on
the
White
Los
Hand.
Angeles Lakers. Here's Big
You know.
Cat. Good, another from 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that three-point
Went from
shot.
that boy sus
Here's
to
Morris.
NBA
Pass to
champion.
Jokic. The shot from
And
the
in
low post is
Orlando.
good. Jokic has got 17
He
now.
finally won a ring in Orlando
41 seconds left to play in the
for
third.
the Lakers.
Loads it up for Davis.
Just
And
imagine
finished off by
thinking about
Davis.
that.
Oh, the timing on the
What a
play
thought.
is exceptional. Davis arrives right
Again,
on
I'm getting
cue.
ahead of
Slam
myself.
dunk.
Denver's gone
This is
past the three-point
10
line
years of
for 13
pent-up
their shots.
demand,
They're 6 of
pent-up
13.
energy, because this is 10 years after the drought.
Jokic inside, working on James.
So
On
far,
wing,
the one
Porter,
good thing to come out of
covered by
2020.
Morris, and the shot goes down.
And doing it in
Using
memory
his
of
size
Kobe
well close
is
to the
big.
rim. Porter is outstanding
It's really
at
big.
cashing
It
in
is.
from those spots.
Here's Big Cat, and again it's the Lakers from deep.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap from the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver.
How is
We're
it
back
doing
in a
on
moment.
Twitter? Robert Sacre, man. Robert Sacre, Ryan Kelly, Kendall Marshall. Oh boy. Wow. And that's trending right now. Robert Sacre. This is for Kendall Marshall. Well, Jody Meeks won a ring last year. And remember, Chris Kaman. Xavier, man. Jordan Clarkson, I missed that guy. That guy, Jordan Clarkson, was the best player in the era, and I'm looking at a picture right now of the starting lineup in, I want to say 2014, a 13-37 Laker
And
team.
now we have a
Jordan
moment to,
Clarkson,
reveal
Wayne
our State
Ellington,
Farm
Ryan Kelly,
assist of the
Tarek
game.
Black, And
easy choice
Robert Sawyer.
tonight. Look at
Tarek
the
Black was pretty good
precision
at
on this pass.
defense
Put it on
or
a platter for
rebounding.
him.
Yeah, he put it on the platter and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you
Carlos
run an
Boozer,
offense.
Ryan Henry. If you guys remember that, you guys are the true
And there may
MVPs.
not be a lot of
And
drama
then there's
down the
people
stretch
like
as we
me.
head into the fourth quarter, but
I'm
stranger
not
things
gonna
have
say
happened.
anything further.
Craig is the 3 in Millsap. The
I
4.
refuse to say
Harris
anything
is out there with
further.
Morris, and it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the
This
middle.
is for Brandon
Scoop on the
Bass.
floor for Denver.
Marcelo
He's
Huertas,
stretching him out. The defense has
Corey
got to do a
Brewer,
better job of
Thomas
staying
Robinson,
attached to him.
Robinson, Tyler Ennis. Travis Ware was on. It's like the Travis Ware is like the
finish was nice,
go-to
but
Lakers
the
call
setup
up.
was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to
Nigel
full
Hayes?
effect before the stuff.
Bro,
Yeah,
that
coach
is
definitely
obscure
pleased.
as
That's the
fuck, man.
execution he loves to see.
Xavier Henry, Wayne Ellington, Tarek Black, Ronnie Price, Jabari Brown, Carlos Boozer, Timofey Mozgov, Luol Deng. Here, let me add to this. Darius Morris, or I mean, it's like they took every single player who's on the Lakers at that time. That's crazy, you know. Wesley Johnson, Kent Bazemore, Marshawn Brooks. Yikes. Crazy. For Kobe. And is that not trending? Kuzma's trending. Staples is trending. For the right reason? I love LA. We love it. Millsap. No, four. Okay. I see 4 more. But thank God it's not the. Not for that other reason. We back, baby. Top trends. Let's go into. I don't know. Twitter's very inconsistent with this, with their trending.
The floater. Morris, no good.
Oh, no. Sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Harris looking it over. Pass to Jokic. Jokic tries the double. Down low. Craig, good.
What else? What else
Craig's
do I?
got his
Is there
first
to
points
say
in
about
one.
this?
They should continue to get the ball
The
inside.
Lakers
the
right
defense
now.
struggling
I mean-
to contain them.
Big Cat, the pass to Morris. Over Millsap. That shot, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. In the corner, it's Morris.
I mean, I'll tell you this: the Lakers are undefeated anytime that they
And
lead
Davis
at the end of
pulls
the
it down.
fourth. So,
Davis has
as
got
long as they
rebound
lead
number
at the
8
end of
here
the
tonight
fourth,
in
the
game.
Lakers are going to
Oh,
win
man, I
instantly.
love Davis's ability
That's all I'll say
to
about
read
that.
the floor. He's improving.
Oh, there it is.
His
Hashtag
ability to
for
create
Kobe.
for others.
Morris with the ball. Now Smith defending. Craig.
Let's
The
do it
offensive
for
rebound.
Mbenga, guys.
Jokic.
DJ Mbenga.
That one goes in there. Jokic has got 10 points in just the second half.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And
Andre
another
Ingram.
assist.
Bro, it's like that name, man. The Ballad of Andre Ingram, man. That was one of the best
25
stories
assists. What
that we've
an
ever gotten to
unselfish
see.
Performance.
He has been a sensational
Isaiah
playmaker.
Thomas,
Morris
is that
passes
was
to
the thing?
Millsap. Back to
2018.
Morris. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
I wonder what Jordan
Morris has
Clarkson's
got 4
reaction
points
is.
this quarter.
How
I haven't
about this
checked in on
turnaround? He played
his Twitter yet. I just went
a
straight into this
role
live
in
stream.
the first half, and now he's the man for them.
The shot's good from Big Cat.
Oh my word! This is a shooting exhibition, a three-point barrage for him.
Morris finds Millsap. Here's Craig, covered by Smith. Harris
Marquise
misses.
Morris's first finals.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Big Cat.
Yeah, and I hope
Hits the
Marquise
back
gets his
iron
shot
and sinks the
back.
shot.
This quarter
Because he only
expending
he won't want
tremendous
the three for
energy
this one.
at the offensive end. And he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Passes it to Jokic.
But you know, Lakers Nation, you know,
Hangs in the air, and that's 2 points on the layup.
it's just the
Jokic has got
great
23
news that we
points.
needed.
Man, he's got
And,
such a great touch
you
and
know,
feel
I had a friend who went to
around
Walt
the
Disney World
basket. He
recently, and
made that
unfortunately got me
reverse
all the merch.
look easy.
What I really want to do, because I have a shirt
They've given up a lot
that has
of
all the NBA
three-pointers here
teams
today.
currently playing in the bubble,
And
I'd
a
at
little
least
over 3.5
want to
minutes
put right next
in
to
the
it
books so far
which
here in the
round
fourth.
that they were
The pass to
eliminated.
Jokic.
So if they were out of the finals or out of the playoffs altogether,
Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 25.
left
That's the perfect
left
setup.
bubble
Solid
before the
screen,
first
defender can't
round.
avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
The Lakers have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst. The shot's good from Big Cat.
So,
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver.
it'll be interesting how they would handle a
Out to Harris.
championship.
Lets the 3 fly.
parade.
Sinks the triple.
I mean, he knows
I'd
exactly
assume
what
it's
he's
gonna be
doing
a
out there.
Zoom
Fakes
call.
the shot and zips the pass
The
over
championship
for a
parade,
wide open look.
Here's
like
Big
virtually,
Cat. Knocks it loose.
I don't
and stolen by
remember
Morris.
if it's Stanley Cup or like there was a championship this year that had
And the
it. The
call
only,
on the
it
shot.
would be interesting
sends
though
him
that
to the
the
line.
only
I like that
The only
he's playing with
championship
an edge here in the
parade.
second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line.
actually they
once
might
in the
do their
first half.
championship parade at Disney. They're already there. You could
And the
you could
first
have
one at the
LeBron
line
and
is good.
AD
So
at
both
Magic
teams
Kingdom.
changing it up here.
You could have Dwight Howard and Rajon Rondo going down Epcot.
And Morris drops them both.
Hollywood Studios. You'd have
For Los
J.R.
Angeles,
Smith.
they've gone on a
You'd
tear
have
here in
Kyle
the
Kuzma
fourth.
and Alex
They're 8 of
Caruso
9
doing a
on
parade.
field goal attempts in the quarter.
There,
Here's
Animal
Big
Kingdom.
Cat. And
You
again,
have
Los
JaVale
Angeles
McGee
with
and
the
all that
triple.
stuff.
He's
You
kept
know,
the
there's
integrity
many
of
of
that offense
possibilities. They
tonight
got
by
the NBA
moving in,
experience
cutting,
there.
and scoring every
So,
time they've needed
if-
him to.
And if you remember, in 2009, the Lakers,
Now Morris.
actually
And the call will go
somebody
against
who I
Big
follow,
Cat.
Sam,
That'll be his
Sam
second
Carter,
foul of the game. Murray's
he
checked
worked
in
on
for the
art,
Nuggets.
on art pieces, or not art pieces, but like large set pieces that were part of parade floats for the championship
Plumlee,
trophy,
the pass to Murray.
or for the championship parade at Disneyland in 2009.
Misses the
Because
three.
it was like Disney World
You
versus
can't
Disneyland.
miss those.
So
but
it's
even the best
the Lakers
do on occasion.
Howard at the elbow. Outside
During the
Bradley.
Orlando
Nice passing here by
Lakers
Los
series,
Angeles.
and that was. I never attended because I don't think I
Here's
went.
Big
I
Cat.
hadn't. I don't think I had
Wants to
any
get it
class
to
that year,
Morris and
but
does.
Look, Morris has run the pick and roll
Lakers
thousands
are
of
back,
times. He knows where to
um,
slash after setting the screen.
it's a great time to be a fan. Period. I mean,
And here are the Nuggets now.
you know, not only are
To the middle,
it's like two of my
here's Vonleh.
favorite things
And the
mixing,
dunk by
the Disney
Vonleh.
parks
Such incredible
And-
house for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against
and basketball.
any
You know,
other
all
five
in one
league.
house.
There's the triple.
In NBA 2K,
and that one
at
is
least
off. Now the Nuggets take it the
the
other
my
way.
league, there is
Murray,
a
good.
there's like
Murray's
a
got
rule
29
change that
in the
you can
game.
do in the
And
off
even at
season
6'5",
where
Murray just
teams
elevates high inside
for the
these
lottery
buckets, a
they
high
play for
percentage
the first
shooter
pick.
down low.
If that comes to
Again
fruition,
from
which
distance.
I really do,
He has been
I want
on
that
the
to
money
happen in
from
real
deep.
life.
Yep, definitely
If
looking
that
to shoot
ever
as much as
happens, I
possible.
would love to see them do it here at Disney, at
Here's
ESPN
Dozier.
Wide World Sports, because the bubble is a
Murray
neutral
outside.
site. That way, there's
Pass
no,
to Dozier. Here's
that way you're not
Plumlee.
leaning into it.
Count
You
the
can
bucket
have
coming off a
both your
perfectly
home
placed
teams,
assist.
or you can have
Plumlee's got his
fans
first 2 points.
in the
And
audience,
they've had assists now in their
or in a
last
virtual crowd.
3 baskets.
whatever
Morris kicks to
whatever
Bradley.
they'd like.
And
You
again,
know, it's a neutral
the Lakers from
space,
deep.
and
So many
there's
of the
zero
plays they're running
advantage.
designed to create
If
opportunities.
they ever host a tournament
from
like that,
We
like
see
what I've
more
seen on
teams doing
2K,
this
like
nowadays.
these
We all
one
are
game
firmly entrenched in
knockouts
the era of the three ball.
for the first pick, no, they should do it. They should
Murray
totally
against Morris.
go for it.
Pass to Dozier from outside the arc. Rebound the Lakers. Howard's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Come on, JR.
Smith. Again, Los Angeles.
Now look at this. This is one of Smith's specialties. He has a
Taylor
quick
Horton
release
Tucker,
fire
man,
off the
THT.
pass.
He did
Denver's
pretty
gone
well
into a funk from
in the
downtown in the
Houston
fourth.
games.
Only one of their
The last
five three-pointers
games 4 and
has
5 on
found
that
the
one.
bottom of the bucket. Here's Dozier.
I'm just still in shock and awe that all
Shot
this is
clock at
happening.
5. He dishes it to Vonleh. It's intercepted.
Let's go, Dwight. Let's go, Dwight. Let's go,
Popped
Dwight.
up
There you
for
go.
Howard, and Howard with the stuff.
You lob it Howard's way, he'll find ways to finish. That's how talented of a dunker he is.
I've
Nuggets
officially
shooting in the fourth has
outscored the
been
Lakers.
tremendous, 59%. Passes it to Craig. He feeds it to Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that
In
play.
the
He puts it
2020
in the
Western
perfect
Conference
spot.
Finals, LeBron's been averaging 27, 10, and 9. Near
He
triple-double.
lobs it up,
in
and
every
another
single
assist
game.
for him. The chemistry
But
he has with his guys
rebounds
is
are
impressive.
what
Keeping his head on a swivel,
I feel like are
actively
important.
seeking out his teammates.
Plus the
The
health
Nuggets
of
shooting it
AD.
really well, 54% from the floor.
Alex
kicks to
Caruso, Danny Green, they've also had
High arcing shot, and the layup is up and in.
some
Murray's got 4
problems.
points
They've
in the
been
quarter.
listed
And
as
that's
probable
10
every single
straight
time.
points in the paint.
So
The
great
defense,
time for them to
nowhere
rest,
to be found.
do a little something
Big
fun
camp, the
with the
pass
team
to
maybe,
Howard,
and then run it back in the finals.
to the paint, the steal,
They got to keep that
and
energy up.
pushing it
They
up.
gotta,
Here's Denver.
this
A nice
is
shot by
exciting
Dozier.
stuff, man.
You gotta
It's
love his
exciting.
hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Here's Howard. Another possession.
Right with a short
Another
range score. I
assist.
see it.
And this is a
What are you at right now? 11
passing
points.
display that will be dissected for
I'll
years
feed you some
after
more.
this
Fam.
one.
Well, the dimes keep piling up, Greg, and now he is tied for second most in assists. What a floor leader.
Spectrum Sportsnet
Here's
launched
Big
in
Cat.
2013,
Oh, and they get in the
slightly
way of the
before
alley-oop. Not to be.
Dwight
Good
Howard
play
signed. I think that was
defensively.
the first big news story that
Craig
Spectrum
passes to
Sportsnet
Dozier.
has covered.
Rebound
And
by
they were
Smith.
all
He's
hoping and
forcing
expecting
things
the
a little
Lakers to
bit in
win
this
a
quarter,
ring
settling for shots that he be
under the
Again,
Kobe,
another assist.
Nash,
Fantastic court vision gets him yet
Kobe,
another
Steve Nash,
assist.
and Dwight Howard
And
era.
that last pass pushing him
Uh,
to second
well, it
for the
turns
most
out
assists
that,
in a game. He's been doing
You
it
know,
all for
that
him.
never worked out.
And the pass to Plumlee. Here's Craig. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Murray with it. Gets to the corner and buries it. Murray's got 12 points in just the second half.
Gotta love whenever Murray goes straight up
I also
with
like
the
the
jump
hat.
shot
It's-
off the pass.
just
He's
very
so
nice
good
hat.
at reading the defense.
But
Well,
right now I
shot's
have an
good
order
from
that's
Big
going
Cat.
through
Well,
Fanatics.com
he's
and
been
they've been
doing it
extremely
all
slow.
night. Why not go back to it?
Like
Oh,
th-
exactly.
two,
Give it
3
to the
weeks
guy with the hot
later,
hand as
and
long as you can.
I still
Let him
haven't
try to
received it.
close this out.
Like I set up
there's
an
the
order, I
call
think
on
on the
Howard.
10th,
That'll be his second
For
foul
a
of the game.
yellow
The
Mickey Laker
Lakers
shirt,
making a switch here.
and
Waiters
that
is
is
checked
expected
in.
to arrive October 5th, and so I'm like, is that really going to happen?
Pass to Craig.
121, 431.
Now here's Murray. Plenty of space.
I mean, let's,
That one falls.
like, I will say
Murray's got
Jamal
8 here in the quarter.
Murray is their
And the
leading
lack
scorer,
of effort
and
to
he
fight over the
did-
screen
like, he
there
has a knee
makes that an
contusion.
easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Howard.
Proving he can be crafty. Howard takes pride in fooling
So I
defenders
think
and
that
getting them to jump.
so far the Lakers, they go against players
And he
who
knocks down
get
the first
hurt.
one. And the
In the
Nuggets
first
making
round,
a
Damian
change
Lillard
here.
got hurt.
Grant's checked
They didn't
in.
have
So 1 for
Portland
2
didn't
that
have
time at the stripe.
Zach Collins.
And so it's Murray.
I
who
don't
brings the ball
remember
up for
who
the
it
Denver
was
Nuggets.
for
And one team is just completely
the Houston
outclassing
Rockets, and I
the other
think-
tonight.
I think they
Spirit,
played kinda
performance,
healthy in that
and it
game.
really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win
But
here.
then in game
for the
4,
Lakers.
you have
This was
the
a team
80s
performing
ankle,
to its fullest capability.
and then you also have
A hugely satisfying win. A
the
game
groin
that
injury
not
for
many will
Deion
soon
Waiters.
forget.
I don't, he didn't play
On the
at
other
all
side,
during this
one that
series.
I think most
I really
will
would have
try to
liked that.
forget.
And
Like
the
to see him
win-loss
play.
column tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the
Fortunately,
year.
though, I will
And
say
once they
Denver didn't
polish
bring
off
out
this win, they'll be one
Bobo.
more victory away from
Things would have been
sweeping
pretty
the season
bad
series.
if they
And what
played
a
Bobo.
tremendous standout performance it was for Big Cat.
He hung a big number on the scoreboard, and it wasn't just because he was hot. He did it with movement
And this is his
and
27th
tenacity.
career triple
What a
double.
difference in this crowd right now.
That's how
Career in the
you
playoffs.
silence a building.
And the whistle blows on the back
Wow,
violation.
Jamal.
He went over and back.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
Yeah, you got to be locked
so
in
just
at
like
all
the
times.
Lakers were
Their
gonna blow
inconsistent
them
play is a big
out
reason
of
why
there.
they're losing.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Dwight Howard.
Another 3.
And the shot's good from Big Cat.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Murray, good.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Drills it from outside.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Can't let Murray get comfortable with that shot.
And so that's
His
going to do
stroke
it.
is
Final
just as
score is
pure
going to be
as it
220.
gets.
I'm going to try to shoot one more 3. But, you know, it's a very historical win, guys. I'm very happy. I don't know about y'all. Because this is a huge win. Lakers winning it.
And so it's
220
the
to
Lakers taking care of
132 is our
business here.
final.
To come
Their
into
final's
an
going to
opponent's
be
building and
107,
dominate the way they did
117.
tonight says, I think, Greg, an
Absolutely
awful lot about this
monster
team.
game
I guess they
from
don't
LeBron
need
James.
home cooking to feel at home. I
me.
mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way
It's not a
around.
triple
And that
double,
about
but
wraps it up for Chris
130,
Webber, Greg Anthony, and
32
David
assists.
Alden. This is
Pretty
Kevin
solid.
Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for us in this live stream. We will see you guys in the finals. Tomorrow's live stream is now questionable because I might want to go over to Battlefront again. So we'll see about that. Updates are going to be on Twitter just in case I do change my mind on Fall Guys tomorrow. I might not even go live tomorrow just in case I'm a little bit busy. That's going to do it for us. I'm Mark Canopy. Thanks for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe for more. We'll see you guys in the finals. So long.